Okay, I want to say welcome again. This is video number 2 for this designing that we're doing here with this art, this robot design. Okay, you can see on the left. Okay, I have this robot design. Okay, that we did in another video. So if you've not seen that video, do have a look. Okay, what I basically did is I was speaking in a funny accent most of the time, but I was mucking around talking and stuff. But you'll see this creation that I've done, this picture here. I drew this, and I don't claim it to be excellent, but this robot guy, it was based off of or basically this silhouette on the right. That's not a shadow. Okay, that's not a shadow. It could be seen as a shadow. This shadow on the side here, it looks like a shadow, right? A little. Yeah, you know, it seems a little bit like a shadow, right? But it's not. This was actually, there was 2 of these, and what I did is I drew on top. I made a duplicate, and I drew on top, and I made this robot step by step. If you want to see that in the other video, you can. Okay, now we're going to get rid of this robot, and we're going to move this over, and this is video 2. And what am I going to do now? Well, first of all, I'm going to explain a few things, okay? We can do much more than just drawing on top. So I'm speaking in a normal voice in this video, so you can hear clearly. Yeah, so basically what we did there is we drew the guy out. You know, in the last video we just drew the guy out, like just basically very flat. You know, very flat. So whatever pieces we had, you know, it was very flat. You know, everything was kind of flat, like a piece of paper. But what you can do is more. You can actually design this, and you've got to try to imagine this in a kind of like 3D space. I want to try and help a few people understand how we can look at a silhouette. We can make a silhouette in many ways too. One way we can make a silhouette is just drawing a shape. You know, drawing a shape, and then making something from it. We can turn it very light opacity like that, and then draw on top of that. Okay, or we can change the opacity of the actual brush itself. Yeah, opacity means, by the way, the how much transparency there is. So if it's fairly low and I draw like this, if I take the pen off now from the screen and put it back down and draw again, you see it gets darker every time I can go on to different shades. So that's kind of useful, because then what I can do is I can draw, for example, a guy, okay, and if I want to have his arm in front of his body, his arm, I can have it on top there. It looks darker, right? Whereas if I did it full opacity like this, okay, you know, please ignore the color. I'm just saying, for example, okay. So if I had it like this and I just drew the same thing, you see, more or less, and then draw the arm. Now you can't see the arm, right? You just have to imagine where the arm is. You see what I mean? Like we've got with our robot on the right there. Okay. So let me show you again. So if I was going to draw like with a lower opacity, I could do that. I could draw a shape, you know, and then look at it, and I might say, oh, this looks pretty cool. You know, I might want to have it like some robot dog or something, and I can gradually start to work out where things go. Okay, that's the dog's ear, that's the dog's nose. Okay, maybe a tail here. You know, the leg would be here in front. See, you know what I mean? You'd work it out, and you'd have some detail there. And then I could go even further, and I go, okay, we're going to have another, you know, whatever it's going to be. You know. Plus, I can also do darker like shades too. But I mean, like as I'm going, see, I can go on top of that again, see, and make it even darker. You see, so it adds level of. It adds a bit of level of what's closer to us and what's further away. So that's the opacity on the actual brush itself. We've also got the opacity of the layer itself too. So with the first robot picture that I did, and a lot of these, I'm just going with a simple one shade. That's just like one shadow, and I'm just using my imagination for the rest of it. I'm not working different colors. I'm not working different levels of dark or light or anything, or opacity as far as the brush goes. But I'm working with this is on the left here, the opacity. We've got the size on the top bar and then the opacity on the bottom bar, and then over here on the right we've got this which is the level opacity. We've got it very low, as you can see, for this shadow, for this silhouette. Sorry. If I have it like this, it's full black. You can see I was using a black pen, and the pen was on full opacity, so full visibility basically. Okay, but it was what I did is I just kept it like that, and then you know, and I turned the opacity down. I could have just turned the brightness up. It doesn't matter that the idea is we want it faint. Okay. Now, before I'm gonna show you something else. Okay? I talked about a moment ago. I talked to you about how it looks kind of flat. Okay. Now that can be, of course, depending on the way you've drawn the thing or whatever. But let's say I want to change the angling. Let's say I don't want it in that particular angle or a piece of this. So I'm just going to cut this out to show you here one part. Sometimes this blue highlight that it gives you in this software Fire Alpaca, once you've got a selection made, you can see it says highlight outside there. You can also inverse and switch it around the other way, what you've selected. We're going to have it back as it was. Go in there, you can have that switched off, so now it's not highlighted, but sometimes there's reasons why you would want that highlighted. Okay, it does help, but for this, okay, I'm going to have it just like this. Now I'm going to press go to select again and go to hang on one second, I'll show you. I'm going to go to it's very strange, it's not actually allowing me to do that. Hold on. Let me just go to deselect for a moment. We're going to try again, but I've switched that highlight off. Okay, we're going to go to the free lasso tool, it's called. I'm going to cut this shape out. Okay, then I'm going to go to select, and it should allow me. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I know why, because we're not on the right layer. Okay, we're not on the right layer. So I need to go onto the actual this silhouette layer where the art is on. Then I need to go to select, and I need to go to transform. Now what this allows you to do is transform, as in change the shape of the size and everything. But as you can see, I'm going to go to cancel. I think we need to do something different for this one. I'm going to go to deselect. I'm going to turn the opacity right up, and I'm going to turn the brightness up to a high level. So it's not see-through, okay? It's not transparent. It's just the same kind of shade, okay? Okay, now, so it doesn't overlap and we get like that effect we had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go there, if you're with me. If you're not with me, watch the video back again and you'll see. I'm going to cut this part out, okay, using the freehand lasso tool rather than the shapes one. I'm going to go to select, and I'm going to go to transform. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hold down control on the keyboard, and I'm going to choose a point, and I'm going to start moving this. You see how cool this is? I can move that across. It's still like a flat object, but you see what I mean? How it kind of like gives you some control over what kind of I don't know, what kind of angles you want or things like that. But obviously it's still not very good. Okay, it's not very good, but it does give you some control. Okay, I'll say that. Okay, because now we can have it like in another angle. Oh, by the way, I've let go of control, and I can still, once I've done that once, I can just like choose the points. Okay, but you see how I can do that? I could then go to OK. I think I just went to cancel by accident. Okay, but no, I think I didn't, did I? No, that's okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. So we got that. That's moved from there to there. It doesn't look that great, I know, but you see what I mean, though. And you can like just do different things. Like, let me show you another example. Okay, just turn it back how it was. Let me just show you another example. I'll draw another silhouette. Okay, here. I'll draw a person, okay, and this is a normal person, stick figure. It doesn't look too good. What we're going to do is we're going to change the perspective. So I'm going to choose the square, or the square rectangle lasso tool. Now I'm going to go to select, choose transform, and do the same thing. So I can change the size or whatever, and I can also change. I can press Control and hold. I think you just press and hold it the first time and click on a point, then you let go of you move it, and then you let go of the control button, and you'll figure. And you can see how you can pull these points to give like different perspective. The closer they are, it makes it smaller at the bottom. You can turn it kind of thing too by lifting one in one direction, You can make the other parts wider here to make it look like that, or stretch it out. Now it looks like we're looking down on him almost. It looks almost... Okay, I'm really sorry the camera kind of cut out there, but you can see by using these kind of deforms here, we can kind of these things, toggles, so we can kind of like change the perspective, right? So now I've got a different kind of angle of looking at this guy. So if I was going to draw a picture, let's say, okay, let's just turn this off for a moment, just move this over here, working on different layers. Again, I can go to select and press transform. It just chooses whatever pixels have been added to the layer. Change the size, make it a bit bigger, not too big though. And you can see it looks like we're looking down on the figure a little bit, right? So I can go on top of that and I can draw. Okay, draw a character, let's say, keeping in mind where the eyes are and the face. See, we're not having him looking straight at us like this. We want to have it like he's like slightly looking that way, right? His field of vision's like that. It's not coming straight at us. So, you know, the eyes would be here. We might see the top of the nose. We're not going to see the chin. The tops of the ears, maybe a little bit. His eyebrows will be here. They wouldn't be up here. The eyes are going to be here. The top of the head, we are going to see the top of the head. So if we had like a fringe like that, you may have, that would be like that, you see. Okay, so you get the idea, right? So, you know, you need to have like a line down the middle of the face, obviously, like that, you know, down the middle. So that's what you usually do. You have a cross, see, like that, for where the eyes are, whatever it's going to be, the mouth, you know, and you did that, you know. But I'm just saying the basic thing, okay, is like, so we're going to have it like this. So on another layer, see, you know, that's what I'll do. So we'll give him a spaceman helmet or whatever, see. Some kind of, you can see the shoulders, you're just drawing around it, you know, the tops of the shoulders maybe. Okay, there's some guy there, you know, he's holding his gun or his shotgun, okay. Okay, you know, and his feet get smaller, his body gets smaller the closer we are there, see. So anything in that range, see, so we'd have like fences or whatever, he might be there, and we're looking down on this guy, see. Maybe a window here following the lines of perspective, you see. Okay, there. And that would be there. It's getting bigger as it goes to us, and we're kind of looking down, so there's an arrow, whatever you see. And we're looking down, kind of like looking down on him, right? Move this over a bit more, and you'll see what I mean. See? Maybe that's even a little bit too much there. See, if I do this, you get the idea, you see. This is the top of his head. Okay, and it could be anything. It could be tree tops, could have some trees here or something. For example, let's have a tree here. See the tops of the trees, you see what I mean? You know, whatever, you know. And let's just have that. Okay, so you know, the branches are underneath, obviously. You know, there, okay. Whatever. And there we go. See, so you get rid of your basic silhouette. But the basic thing I'm trying to say now in this video is I'm not really going to be doing that. In this video, I'm just showing you how we can start off with this first image, okay, and then work our imagination to make some 3D. So I'm going to just choose black, a thin pen, a thinnish pen, for the details, and I usually like to keep full opacity for the pen, 100% visible, and then lower opacity on the layer, the whole layer, so it keeps the whole layer some transparency, just while I'm sketching. It's like a pencil kind of thing. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to draw anything. I'm going to show you how, rather than having this thing so flat like this, okay, you know, having it so flat, okay, like that, you know, boom, 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 rather than being so flat, okay, like by that I mean, look at the whole thing, look, it's so flat, you see, that's there, this is there, it's like a piece of paper almost, you know, it's like a cardboard cutout. Rather than that, okay, you've got to change your imagination a little bit to be more rounded, you see. So that's a body there, let's say, right, for example, the head's here, right, You see, you've got to imagine as though it is actually, it has actually got some roundness to it. And the front, where's the front going to be? What angle is it pointed in? Please ignore those advertisements. Please ignore those advertisements in the corner. All these stupid fucking advertisements that come up. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but you know what I mean. You see, you get this. You see this thing here. See, so it's like, that's part of the body. It doesn't matter too much, but you get the basic idea. Now, the gun's the same thing. This gun would be in front. So let's just say it's a gun there, okay? And the hand's there, whatever, holding the gun. The other hand's there, right? But you see what I'm trying to say. You get the idea of the you know, this 3D-ness of it all. You see, where it's like this is coming out at you, sort of thing. You see what I'm saying? Well, that'll be there, you know, and you get that. This is coming in. This will be coming out towards us. You see, this might be there. The head might be here. You might change the shape of the head. Like, you got to imagine it's like cubes almost. You see, or spheres, or what do you call it? Cylinders. See. The legs, you see how they're connected here. Obviously there's a groin part there, but I'm just saying, you know, the front part will be there. But you see, and you'd work it in such a way that makes sense, that the neck connects into there. See, okay. So what it is basically is you can work different things, is what I'm saying. Now from this, I could even just use this whole thing and change the whole shape if I wanted to. I don't even have to have it like this. Okay. I can work some crazy stuff. Wait till you see this, right? I can work like this and just start going crazy. And just then I can, from this, I can kind of imagine some kind of other, I don't know, some kind of other shapes and stuff. Like, so I can just draw the legs slightly different, or I don't even know, man. I could like try to, from that, then I could change the whole perspective. I'm not even following the lines anymore. I'm just literally just making a mess here. Just like, I don't even know. You know, I'm just like trying to make something else now. See, that came from the original thing, and now I just changed it slightly. See, I can change the whole head parts of here, you know, change some parts to it. Now from that we got something totally different now, something totally different. See, from that I can go in and make something. I know that's not a very good example, but it just, using the silhouette gives you some kind of idea for a sketch. So from here I could go in, you know, I can go like that, just make that into an actual something totally different. Okay, so from, okay, so sorry, yeah, so from here I'm kind of like trying to rush a masterpiece here that's going to be a piece of crap, but you know, you see how I'm doing that. See, I'm just totally making some crazy robot. See, and everything from this, and we've got this big gun thing here. It's kind of like a really simple gun given, but you know, you can adjust things as you go along, and it's still like a sketch anyway, you know. But it's like the guy's hand would be, where's the guy's hand going to be? Hold on. Okay, so the guy's hand's about, I'm kind of making it a bit rough, I know, but you know, you got this here. It's not very good, I know, but you know, I know it's not the very good stuff there, but you know, hang on, I'm looking at this here, trying to work this out here. Hang on, we'll work the hand out in a minute. I think I kind of messed that up. You got the idea, though, right? I'm just trying to work out my perspective and everything. So you know, I think you get the idea, though. yeah, so we're going to work this arm out here. So that's going to be here, okay, the finger will be there, maybe on the front, the hand there, okay. Okay, that's going to be there. Okay, that's going to be there. It's like some crazy gun. So that's the front part of it there. Okay, but I'm not going to have the hand holding. I could have the hand. Okay, I will have the hand holding it. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's more like it. So you got to kind of like see this guy as a bit human, you know, to actually understand where the things go, you know. This, I'm going to have this on top this time. It might look a bit rough now, but when it's done, it'll look better. You see, you know, this thing's just talking to me as I'm doing it. This design, you know. All these weird things. It kind of looks like some kind of internet. So I mean, insect slash. I don't know, samurai. I don't know what. Some strange thing, you know. So I'm just doing that there. Okay, and we got some kind of design. You know. Going, okay, and again, as I say, if you don't like the way like the legs are pretty straight there as they are, you know, from here I could just literally change this while we're here, the perspective of this whole thing, you know, like that. If I want to do that now, some crazy thing, you know, like that. You could even be shooting or something, and it could depends, you know, what you want to do. I could have it like that, you know, whatever, just like that. You see? Okay, just showing you what you could do, you know, if you wanted to. And then from here, I could have, what I'm trying to say is I could have the groin in a different position if I wanted to, like he's on the side now. Still following the same kind of thing I had for the idea. Some strange little legs there, see, strange little legs, and that we can see the different angles. See, like the front part might be here, this might be here, that's on that side for the other one, you see. It could be a whole different thing, you see. And even if you don't like those legs, even after doing that, you could still cut those out, cut this whole thing out, and then change the shape of that. It's just a rough thing. You can like go in and like do some more different stuff if you wanted to do it like that. Make it bigger if you wanted to. There we go. Something like that. I don't know. Or like that. Or like that. It just depends on what you want to really do, really. You know. Putting that together there. Just showing you a few things. It's not to be taken too seriously, guys, you know. Now from here I'm gonna get rid of my original initial this thing which we had. This was based off of, you know, off of the silhouette that we had. Okay, and get rid of that. And the original silhouette was this, by the way. The original silhouette was this. Okay. Anyway, now we've got this. So, you know, it just goes to show. And again, another thing you can do, I'll just show you really quickly while I am here. I'll show you something else you can do, which is cool. You can select the whole thing and then go to mesh transform. Oh, excuse me. Hold on, go to select the whole, I'll just go to mesh transform. And from there you can like bend certain things here, but I don't want to bend him up too much because he is a robot after all, you know. Kind of adjust, so you kind of play around with the perspective and stuff. It's okay, it works kind of, it's a cartoon character anyway, you know. But, you know, do things like this to give it some more character. You can play around with things like that, you know. Okay, that kind of works. Go for OK, and then again from here I can still go to transform and then transform the whole thing, the whole that. Now from here I'm going to go to deselect, choose a thicker pen, and this is what I usually do. I go over like some of the thicker edges, and I also erase certain areas by going to this erase. You've got two colours for your selector, for your pen, and you've also got, or brush, and you've also got this eraser one where it turns it into an eraser of the pen you're using, and that also works with the opacity power level. So you don't have to go to the eraser, but if you do go to the eraser, you can choose the soft edge or the hard edge by going up here. This is on Fire Alpaca, this software, okay? And there is you know, different brushes you can use. There are different brushes, like the spray brush, for example, which is a similar thing. Okay, so it's like using a spray brush in eraser mode. That's what it's almost like. Okay, now I'm going to go here, go around the edges of this guy. All it is line art. Let me just delete that back silhouette. We don't need that anymore. What I'm going to do is it's just a line art image, okay? Literally, if we turn the visibility off of the background, you'll see it's just lines. What I usually do is I make a duplicate of the background image, of the background, which is just a plain colour. Turn the visibility off of the bottommost one, just for now, we don't need that. And I'll turn this darker. I'll turn it darker now, just so you can see. And that will just separate that from the lighter one, which we do have later on. I'll turn the visibility on both, just for now, and you'll see. But I'm going to go on the topmost layer. I've just got a black pen. Okay, and I'm going to go around. You saw me do this in the other image. The only difference is basically that this is a different robot. Basically, a totally different robot. Maybe these two are enemies, or almost like, you know, the Decepticons and the Autobots, whatever. Now they say that really, like, in terms of perspectives, like the lines that are closer to you should be like thicker. That shows like some distance or something like that. You know, but the thing is, in like comics and stuff. But the thing is, like, you don't have to. But it's like, I'm just doing it like this for now. I'm just basically what I'm doing now is I'm just going over certain lines to like bring it out more, bring this design out more. Being careful, I'm not going over every line. I'm just trying to go around the edges to give like the edge art to bring the thing out. And also going around the edges is good like this because it's going to stop. It's going to close up any gaps that there may be within this. See, like rough gaps that there are between the sketch lines. Because I'm going to cut this. I'm going to paste this onto the background and then cut it out, like I did with the last image. You'll see what I mean. If you haven't seen the other video, do check it out. Imagine a few little lines here. You see, like little things like this too as I go along. So, and try different thicknesses too for brushes. Add different things in. Okay. Things like that. Okay, so that's more or less it. We don't really have to go over the top now, adding more thicker lines, but I'll show you what I mean. I could have done like thicker lines. See, if I bring out thick lines like this, you see how that immediately stands out. See, like I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, for example, you see, it makes it stand. I could do certain areas like this. You see. Okay. Okay, so eraser. This is a good time to use the eraser on any parts of the line art which I don't like. It's the right time because if I merge this down to the background, it's going to start erasing that as well. Yeah, please excuse me. So we only want to make some adjustments, zooming in here, by using the toggles or the thing here, top right. You know, I'm just going to erase and clean up some of the rough edges, and just make a few adjustments to a few things like little details here. Erase in a few lines to just clean things up. Some of the little rough sketch lines and details actually make it more interesting. So that's the good thing about sketching. Sometimes it gives you some extra like illusion of more detail, I find, and that's what I like. So because it would be hard sometimes to like come up with the best designs, you know. Otherwise, see this line here we don't need. This also nice and clean outside edge line we've got here. Looks to me. Hold on one second, we've got a bit more got to add on here for the arm. Okay, so from here we're going to merge this totally black, you know, line art here down to its background. Now if I do this, it's one layer, you see. Turn off and on the visibility. I'm going to hold the Alt down on the keyboard and it turns it to this colour picker. See, no, I'm not going to do that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to choose the magic wand tool and click outside. See, now you can see it's cut this out. If I turn on the highlight here, under select and go to highlight outside, you'll see that it's the thing that's blue basically is the thing that's not selected. So I clicked outside of that. So now I'm going to press delete, and you see how it just deletes the outside, the thing that was selected, which is not blue. Now I'm going to go to select and turn off the highlight thing because I don't want that. I'm going to go to select and deselect, and I'm going to turn on our bottommost layer, which I deliberately made. I left lighter and made this one darker, so that's lighter. You can see against the background now. We also need to cut out this bit between the legs, right, on this right layer here. So that's done. Now, okay, he's there, he's in action, man. What we need to do is bring him down a bit. So I'm going to go to filter, go to levels, adjust these bars. You'll see how they work accordingly. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to make another duplicate now of this whole layer. Go to filter, go to levels, and make this one even darker. And I'm gonna, it doesn't matter which order you have, like top on, but lighter on top or darker on top. It depends how you want to do it. Alright, we'll have the darker below. Okay, and we'll go onto the top layer and we'll choose the eraser. I'm gonna leave soft edge turned off here, and we're just gonna have it as a hard eraser. We don't want a gradual fade. And I'm just going to start erasing areas that I think should look darker. In terms of, I think value is what the word I'm looking for. Not shadow, okay? Not shadow. We're not doing shadow yet. We just do the values first. That means if we add color, or when we add color, or if we add color, that's going to add the levels of what it's going to be. You know, like dark blue or light red. You know, or if it's just dark grey, you know, or whatever it's going to be, it's gonna give that, you know, that effect. So it's kind of rough. I'm doing this, but I'm just doing this to show you guys, okay? Anyway, you know, just trying to make it interesting by balancing it out, by not having too many close shades or colours to each other when you do it, you know. Okay, so we're just trying to do the best we can here. Okay, so this is this. Okay, there we are. We've got our robot guy looking pretty epic. I don't know. Depends how you see it. So that's there. I could have made the top of his head a bit darker as well, but I'm not going to bother. Merge those two down. Make a duplicate of this, and then go with a darker one. Last bit of value now. We're going to go with the darkest ones. The darkest ones. And I'm going to go here. And that's not even dark enough, man, so we're gonna I'm gonna go over that again in a minute. Okay, so hold on. Let me just turn that bottom one down slightly further. You'll see the effects taking place underneath it. Okay, make the eyes darker. So I'm just erasing from the top layer to show the bottommost layer. Certain little areas I'm going to make darker here. That's all. Along the structures of this guy. Okay, we're going to make it pretty simple, this robot, anyway. Okay, let's merge those down now. Now I'm going to make a darker version of this whole thing, and you'll see what this is now. And now we're doing shadow. So he's in the shadow first off, and I'm going to paint light on. You could do it the other way, like paint shadow onto light, but I'm painting light onto shadow. We're not painting, we're erasing the layer that's below, whether that's darker. We're erasing the layer on top to reveal what's below it. So I'm just choosing the direction of light and then following that in my mind here, where the light or the shadow's coming from. Okay, I'm just following that. The light's coming more from the top, kind of thing, front. Okay, and so I'm just checking my time there on the thing. We're good. Remember where shadows are going to be forming. Okay, so in this case more below and to the left we're having it. Okay, so like that. So remember where they're going to be, the shadows and stuff. Okay, do the best you can. That's going to be under there. Okay, good. Okay, that's there. Don't have to go so perfect as I say. A little bit of light here. Okay, changing the size of the brush as necessary as you go along. Okay. And this is just a way I like to draw, and I've found this method quite a good method of creating some art. Okay, I like to do it this way. Okay, just a bit of fun, Now, merge those two down, make another one, make another duplicate of that, bring this even, well, I should bring it lighter, I think. So move this one across, a little bit lighter, bring that below this one, go there. I'm just going to do a little bit of highlights now, okay, a little bit of highlights. So we're going to give some highlights and like almost like shines. We can actually give shines as well to this by making them very white and glowing little shines to the metal, which I'll either do in a moment or not, I'm not too sure yet. Adding little highlights though here and there, you see, on the light areas, okay, the best you can. Try to keep them on the light areas if you can, okay, when you do it. Okay, just making these little shiny areas here, little shines. It just makes it more interesting. And that's about enough for that, I think, right there. For this part. Okay, now merging that down now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a I'm going to go with a blur, a slight blur, very slightly, soft blur, as I like to do these. Not too much, sometimes I overdo it, I think. Soft blur, go to OK. Then I'm going to go to the levels, believe it or not. And you don't have to do this, but I'm going to bring them together so the contrast is not super strong. And what that does is it kind of gives it a softer feeling, but sometimes it makes it like good. Sometimes you want a strong feeling like that, you see. I'm going to have it like this, okay, a little bit faded in. It makes it kind of like, I don't know, cinematic. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Now I'm going to go with a darker version. I'm going to bring a duplicate of this now, and I'm going to go to tone curve and bring the tone curve down a bit darker here. And I'm going to bring a soft eraser, turn it to soft edge eraser, a low opacity, and gradually fade over this. And you'll see in certain areas, trying to still follow the direction of the light the best I can. It kind of gives a an overall lighting effect to this. Okay, as we go over this. Okay. And basically, yeah, so, you know, that's that. I'm not going to go over the top with this one. But I've merged those two down, and I'm going to go to the levels again, play with the contrast just a little bit to bring out some of that sharpness. And the background, okay, I'm going to make it very dark to bring out, because we're going to need to bring some lighting into this for some effect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this a real simple one. So I'm going to go with like a grey or whatever, big one, and just gradually just leave some effects there. This is not explosions. It kind of looks like explosions, right? I'm going to go with a blur now. We'll go for a motion blur, I think. We're going to have to wait for that to load a moment. I think that's the only problem, but you know, whatever. Just waiting for this to load. It kind of looks like explosions. It looks pretty cool, right? But we're not trying to go for explosions right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the basic thing is okay. We're just loading this up. Just waiting for this to load. We're just waiting for this to load here. I'm going to add some shines on this, okay, and then a bit of colour, a few little shines just to show you. I could have put some shines on the eyes there, but I'm not going to bother with that. I mean, if you wanted to, you can make this guy's eyes be glowing, like really glowing and intense colour. Even you could do that. It's not too late, you know. But even like make the gun be firing or things like that. You could even do that, you know. It all depends on your imagination, really. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for a lighter white colour, and I'm going to go for a little bit of a glow on the spray brush here. So just having it there, just giving it an overall thing. I'm not trying to go for a really detailed background anyway with this one, okay? Just trying to make this like a cinematic robot here. Cinematic robot. Now, what I'm going to do is, okay, we've got our robot on another layer. Yep, good. Otherwise we've messed up. I'm going to go on to another layer now. Thin brush on another layer. Go set the blending mode to hard light. Now from here I'm going to add some little shines. Now this could have actually been done before I added that little fade. With the tone curve. If you go and watch that, I made like a darker version on top, and I used a soft eraser to erase to give a softness to it, and I played with, and I turned the contrast down a bit as well. See, this could have been done, this shining like should have been done really, or could have been done before that was done, because it kind of you know, it kind of just would have blended in a bit better. But still, at the same time, you know, it's you know, it's all right. It's still working because it's going to bring it out, you know. Following the lines, still following the lines of the light here, the direction. I'm thinking about this thing as though it is in 3D, you know. I'm just following the lines here, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those down a little bit, okay. See, make it a bit more realistic, okay. Okay, maybe like that. I'm going to go on to another layer and same thing, turn that also to hard light, okay, and make some bigger shines, like little like low opacity brush, but like add some little lines here, okay. Like add like the actual shines, like the glows to this, you know, the glows to it, like the under that. See, and you can just adjust those if you want to. Just brings out those shines a little bit, you know. I'm not doing a perfect job of the shines in this particular video, I feel, but still, you got the idea, okay? He's a metal robot, and y'all better know that. Y'all better know that shit, man. Okay, what I'm gonna do is here, turn the background off quickly, and then I'm gonna go to layer and merge all. Go to OK. It doesn't mess up your transparencies there and opacities. I'm gonna turn the background back on, bring it below it. Somehow puts it below. I'm going to bring this one, the background, slightly darker now. Bring it darker so it brings him out, you see. Okay, like that. Okay. So we've got our robot guy. Now what I'm going to do from here, if I wanted to, I could have an army of robots. I could make it smaller, copy and paste it, and paste them into the background and change the position slightly. But I'm not going to bother doing that. What I'm going to do here now is I'm going to go on top. Yeah, I'm going to go on top, make another layer, last time, choosing hard light, a normal pen, a low opacity with a normal, just a pen, kind of small. I'm going to add a few more shines, turn the opacity very, very low, very low. Just add a few little shines here and there, what I think should be, I think that's probably it actually, just doing a few things that I thought I needed to add there, like the eyes that you see, things like that. That's okay actually, as we got it there. I'm just going to merge that down now. Okay, good. Right. Okay. What I'm going to do now? I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go into a layer in between. Choose a spray of a white, and then just do that a bit more of a glow behind, because I want to have some kind of glow behind him. You'll see what I mean. Turn that a little bit lower. Okay. Okay, like that. So it brings him out, you know. Okay. Merge that down with the background, because that's part of the background, see. I'm going to go on top on another layer now, and I'm going to go to hard lights just to be sure, and do the same thing. Look here, look. So you just add in some glows here, see. So that. Okay. Okay, so I'm just doing that. Okay. Bringing this sucker out, yo. Bring him out. Bring him out. Okay, could add a black there just for the make that a bit darker, and again you can add like little bits of black if you're here and there to add a bit more shade if you want to do it like that. But we're just going to have it like that. Okay, the dark shows the light shows the dark. Now I'm gonna basically merge the whole thing down. Okay, make a duplicate of this layer just to experiment for a second. Bring the tone curve again down, the same sort of thing here. See, you see from here. Okay. Go to the eraser, soft eraser, and you see what I'm saying, low opacity. Go over the whole thing, and you look how it brings the shines out and everything. You're bringing this guy into the forefront, you know what I'm saying, bro? Bringing the lights in and everything, yo. Everything, you know. The guy's there. He's telling you not to mess with the bus, you feel me? Okay, that's that. Okay, if I want to, I can also from here merge the two down now. Go on top with a white, maybe, or like a grey, very low opacity. Spray, and then just spray on. Sorry, just spray on some like cloud, like smoke, gas, like I don't know, like what do you call it? Atmosphere, you know, that kind of thing, you know. See how like he's in the midst of it all. See, you know, I'm not trying to mess it up or anything, you know. You know what I'm saying? You pop your shit for that. Mix it down. Go for levels again. Play with the contrast a bit if you wanna. Okay, just like that. Bring this motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? Go on top with your white again. We ain't added the colour yet. Hold on. I could paint it all manually. I'm not gonna bother though. Adding like some hard light, some glows and stuff here. So. Little shines, bringing this guy into the bestness of himself. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing with the robot. Now, don't forget this one we can see very thick lines. I mean, you don't have to have such thick lines like that. I could have made it more of a painting, but it's okay sometimes with the lines. It makes it cool, right? And you can have a lot thinner lines and stuff. What I can do is I can merge that down, make a duplicate of this and turn the opacity very, very low. Wait till you see what I'm going to do. I'm going to shrink it down like here, like this. You see what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Shrink it down like about there, you see. Things like this, change the angles and stuff, you see, like here. Things like that, you know. Have it like they're in the mist or something, you know. There's like more of them, and then like erase. I should like not have a background there. Sorry about these stupid advertisements, by the way. So strong, you know, erasing areas there. See, just to show that. See, you could do that. Like you could have like other ones. You see, in the background. You know, make them very blurry. Go to a blur. Add a blur. Sorry for these stupid fucking advertisements keep popping up on my screen there. You know. Turning that there. Have these robots, man. These guys want to take on the Terminator, I think. You know what I mean? You could like make duplicates of those, you know, just move them around, you know. You know, anywhere you want them, yo. Anywhere you want them, man. Shrink them. You know, erase areas, as I say. You know, I'm just saying to show him what you could do, you know. Just to add some effect, you know, make a few of those around here. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. I know it's kind of rough, they're very rough, but I'm just leaving it like that. Okay, so, and then again, this one here on the left, okay, this one. Again, okay, hold on. Okay, this one we're going to clean up a little bit, like the on the thing itself, just clean it up a bit. Oh, excuse me. You know, I don't want him to cover up the other guy, you know, on the back. Turn the brightness up a little bit on that guy there. Okay. Okay, there. Okay, now we're gonna basically bring this guy down a little bit more. Okay. Merge these two together. Turn the brightness up a bit. Okay, now, okay, good. Yeah, I'm going to just merge the whole thing down now as one image. Okay, could put some words there on the bottom right. Okay, merge the whole thing. Play around with the brightness a little bit more. That's basically done. We're going to add some colour to this now. Okay, so I'm going to go on another layer. I've added another layer. I do my usual. I'm just going to choose a gradient. I'm going to choose like a blue and a purple. Two colours here, blue and a purple / pink, whatever. You know, go on top, make a gradient, then go to colour, maybe. You see, bring that down, bring the opacity of that colour layer down a little bit. You could have chosen another one like multiply or whatever. Okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to choose other colours now, red and yellow. Make another layer on top. Similar thing, just mixing colours sometimes some way it gives an effect, I don't know why. Bring that down, So it's like visible. You can see like visibility of like all the different colours there. Tricolour. I want to go for multiply. Merge those down. Now bring that back up. Play around with the contrast. You see? Okay. And I think we basically got ourselves a finished picture, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some words on it. I'm going to add some simple words on there. I'm going to add the words. What shall I add? Robo. Robot. I'll choose the marker pen. And say I'm going to type in Robo. 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 Robotronic. Sonic. Bring them down. Okay, there. Then I'm going to go behind it. And I'm going to add like a blue hard light spray pen and give it like a glow, you know, okay, like that, like it's you know, like that kind of a thing, you know, going on. Now bring it down. I think what we'll do is we'll bring that down a little bit. Turn that off for a moment. Go to merge all. Turn that back on, bring that down, turn that on, turn the opacity down so it balances it out a bit. Okay, that's that basically done right there. We could add like other things, like I could go on top and make like some blue glows or something, you know. Turn it to hard light and then go on top, like, you know, it adds some kind of you know, I don't know, like effect to it, like some colours. See, I can do that. So I can do that, add a little bit of an effect to it, like see. It adds like clouds as well. You can add it like, make it look like there's more cloudy effects and stuff. You know. Oh, it should have been on hard light. Sorry, that's why it wasn't showing up so much. So well, you know. Okay, things like that. Bit of white there. So. Wow. Okay. Merge the whole thing down. Merge all. Play one more time around with the contrast. You know, I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm just playing with the contrast a bit more here. We're going to finish this off, okay? I can't wait to see your stuff. Go to OK. File, save as. Just save that there for now. Okay. PNG, go to OK, bang. I'm gonna get it up on the screen right now. You know what I'm saying, bro? Get up on that screen, yo. You know what I'm saying, bro? There's the robot. There's the robot we talking about, man. Yeah, man. Not perfect. Could have added a bit more of a blur. I don't know. It seems kind of rough in some areas, but it's alright. I mean, it's alright. You know what I'm saying, bro? Don't catch this guy in the dark night because he fucked that other one up for real. Okay? I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care now. Thanks for watching. Take care.